Single hip Ommi, nice and slow. Do 2 more like that. Hey there, fabulous dancer, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is the first time that you've joined me here, thank you so much for joining me. I am excited to share the dance floor with you. My name is Sahira, and I'm going to teach you the beautiful art of belly dance. In today's video, we are looking at a fairly intermediate to advanced move that pulls from one of my favorite circle variations. This movement is called the Single Hip Ommi. So go ahead and grab your hip scarf, and let's dive in. My name is Sahira, and I'm here to teach you the beautiful art of belly dance. And if you enjoy these kinds of positive and encouraging step-by-step belly dance tutorials, please like this video and follow me here so that I can send you brand new content week after week. So let's go ahead and dive in. The Single Hip Ommi is a really fun, kind of sassy move that builds itself off of the basic upwards Ommi, which I'll give you a quick review of before we get going. It's going to take this sort of interior hip circle idea, turn it on its side, put it on one foot, and you're going to have a lot of fun playing with it. So let's quickly review what an Ommi is. The beauty and the curse of belly dance is there's no standard nomenclature. So what's called an Ommi here might be called something different somewhere else. So when I refer to an Ommi, I'm talking about an inner hip circle. So this is a hip circle that stays inside the center of your body that's going to utilize a lot of oblique and lower abdominal action, as well as your knees, to create a circle that pulls up and in towards the body. So we have an up, a tuck, an up, and a release. And if this is a movement that you're unfamiliar with, you'll definitely want to start with this technique. And I have an Ommi video here inside my YouTube channel that you can reference with the link down below. So check that out, because this is the movement we're going to use as the base. And of course, we can go counterclockwise, which is my personal favorite direction, or you can take it and turn it around and do it clockwise. I'm curious, do you have a favorite direction? Post below and let me know if there's one way that just like works better for you than the other, or one way that you always default to when it's time to dance. Mine is absolutely the counterclockwise direction. So we're taking this movement, this interior hip circle that pulls up and in towards the middle of your body. Now I want you to keep this going. Pick whichever direction you'd like. I am going to go currently counterclockwise. So I'm going counterclockwise, and I'm going to go ahead and put all of my weight onto the left foot. I'm going to keep this movement going. It doesn't really change much. Now, I'm going to invite you to lift the heel of your right foot and continue making that Ommi happen. So the majority of your weight now is on the left foot. Your right foot is there on the ball of the foot, giving you some stability. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn towards you. You are my audience. I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to slow it down a little bit so you can see the subtle change I'm going to make here that makes this move so much fun. I'm going to over-exaggerate my right hip to really make it the star of the show. I'm going to over-exaggerate by allowing the back to come a little bit further back, the up to use more of my oblique, the in to come to the hip flexor a bit, and then the down to be neutral. So it's still an Ommi. It's still a circle, but you'll notice what's happening here on my right hip is that I'm creating more of a vertical circle. It's not totally flat, but it is not horizontal either, right? So this is a more vertical than horizontal circle, but if you see it from the front, it's completely pulling off that basic idea of the upwards Ommi, right? So let's do it again. I'm going to take it on the other side now. So if I take it to the other side, I'm going to start here so we can be facing the same direction. So now I'm going clockwise, right? So going clockwise, feet are underneath me. I'm going left, tuck, right, release. Let's slow it down so we can see how this transition happens. Put your weight a little bit more on your left foot. Keep that going. Try as you shift your weight to really check in to make sure that your Ommi doesn't change. It doesn't become lopsided, right? For now, we're going to keep it as even as possible. Now, go ahead and put the left foot onto the ball of the foot. You can put a little bit of pressure there to keep you nice and stable. And now I'm going to turn towards you so you can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to over-exaggerate the back up and the in to make my left hip the star of the show, right? Taking it around. And then oftentimes when I do this movement, I like to bring the hands here, fingers towards the temple, elbows bent, creating a frame for the face, and really sort of drawing attention with the gaze towards that hip that's doing all the action, right? Showing it to you from the front, it's still an Ommi. This other hip is still doing some movement, but because the one hip is unweighted or virtually unweighted and you're in releve there, you're gonna get a lot more movement on that hip, and it's your job to accentuate that, to really milk it for all it's worth and make it a lot of fun, right? So you got that Ommi going back, up, tuck, and down, back, up, tuck, and down, back, up, tuck, and down, almost like you're drawing a circle in this plane, sort of. It's not a very vertical, not exactly even, but that's kind of the circular direction we're aiming for here, yeah? You can really play with this. You can think about exaggerating a bit to the back, bending the knees, scooping the hip back, and really exaggerating it. You can pull more to the front and get a little bit more muscularity to it. But I call this the single hip Ommi because it's really drawing from the basic Ommi. Both hips are still involved in the movement, but we're really going to showcase just one single hip. All right, so why don't we go ahead and use that single hip Ommi in context. I'm going to give you a short, sweet little combination that I absolutely love to do with this movement, and it's going to go as follows. We're going to get to practice it on both sides. So we'll start first with a grapevine to the left. We'll cross over, open, back, prepare. I'm going to do a drop and release. So an unweighted hip drop, then drop release, and then I'm going to scoop into the Ommi. I'm going to scoop the hip back, up, front, down. Now, if that hip drop and release are unfamiliar to you, I will also post a link for those so you can check those out. But it's a lift up to up, drop to neutral, up, drop to neutral with a little bit of a foot release. So we go drop, release, and if you want to kind of take it up a notch and make it a little bit more challenging, I invite you to leave the foot release until the hip drags behind you, right? So it's literally the hip pulling back that's going to bring the foot back on the floor. Then we're ready and we'll go the other way, yeah? Short, sweet combo. We're going cross, open, step, prepare, drop, drop, release, and then scoop that hip back, creating that single hip Ommi. Both directions, our hip Ommi is going to go back, up, front, down. So we go back, up, front, down. Then we're ready to do it on the other side. Cross over, back, here, prepare, drop, drop, release, Ommi. One more time, cross front, open, back, prepare, drop, drop, release, Ommi. Exactly. So now, practice that a few times on your own, and then let's go ahead and drill it with music. All right, take a deep breath up.
1 2
5,
3
6, crossing
4
over. Then we do drop, drop, release, Ommi. Drop, drop, release, Ommi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop, drop, release, Ommi. Again. Good. Try to take your time with that Ommi. Don't rush through it. You can take out the release of the foot on the drop, drop, release if you'd like this. Drop and drop, Ommi. If it's easier to fit it in, drop and drop, Ommi. Or with the release. Let's do one more. Now hold here with that single hip Ommi, nice and slow. Do 2 more like that. Now let's go back to the other side with the combo. And now hold it here. Go nice and slow. Beautiful. Do 2 more like that. Excellent. Take it to the other side with the combo. Step, 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 prepare. Drop, drop, release. Back to the other side. One more time. And strike your pose. Nicely done. How did that go, fabulous dancer? I am curious to hear from you. Post below and let me know how it went. Let me know how that single hip Ommi is feeling. Let me know if one side or the other was easier for you, right? Because typically you'll find one side of the body catches on a little bit faster and the other side needs a little extra time. That's totally normal. Like, don't worry about it. I always have to practice on my slightly less fabulous side a couple of extra times, right, to get it into the game. And that is not a problem at all. So enjoy this movement, play with it fast, play with it slow, play with adding your own flair. And if you take a video while you're practicing, please tag me on social media at Sahira Belly Dances so that I can cheer you on. Thank you so much for sharing the dance floor with me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Hey there, fabulous dancer. If you enjoyed this tutorial, then you are going to love the 7-Day Beginner Belly Dance Jumpstart, which is a free program aimed to get you into a belly dance movement practice with ease and grace, confidence, and joy. Come and find out what people all over the world have discovered in the ancient art of belly dance in this free 7-day program. Once a day for 7 days, I'm going to send you a belly dance tutorial. It's short and sweet, 10 to 15 minutes max, and it'll get you up and dancing every single day to develop a strong and positive movement practice in your life. I would love to invite you, and I would love to see you there. You can find it at sahirabellydances.com/jumpstart. I look forward to sharing the dance floor with you soon.